How you feeling? Does the man have this foot on your neck? And is you ready to go out wild if I slid you a tech? Recollect all the times you had to check behind the bumper of your car. It only takes one time, yeah. Stressing hella dirty, gotta come up with a plan. Cause I can roll this bitch just as fast as they can, man. Take 10 paces and it's on. By the time you face the facts, I'll be yelling where the bomb at. Me black ass Chalk and all the niggas who been through what I've been through. The rest is strictly business. I mean this, don't get it twisted. Who the G's is, it's where the G's live. Bring the violence, keep the cold inside.
We like miles and miles, we got so many styles. Versatile like switching to Southpaw. He's raw hard.
Like to the jump,
Cross and measure 11. I feels it for this shit. If I see you check.
What's happening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the PDXDOPE Live Podcast. And I'm your host, Mr. Ray Nelson Jr. And it is Friday, July the 19th, and it's hot as hell here in the PDX. But we're gonna make it through. Let me go ahead and get the panel introduced. Got Miss Clara in the building. What's happening?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, enjoying my vacation.
You on vacay? I didn't know.
Yeah, I've been off all week. Only worked maybe 1 hour and a half today to do a report. We got Miss Elsa in the building. What's happening, everybody?
Hey, what's up?
Nothing.
Got it. Shit, man, it's cooking up in this joint. Real.
First time I've ever really heard you say your house was hot, you'd be like, "Oh, it's good."
No, I got my fan on right now. So it's it's cooler downstairs.
We've been turning the heat on over here.
Shut your ass up.
AC working too goddamn good over here. We had to turn the AC on. I mean the heat on.
Shit, we all need to go over to their house, the Mazes.
No, so I turned on my unit, bro, and I got a blanket, and I'll put my blanket on me while I'm watching TV downstairs. It's the funniest shit. It's 100 degrees outside.
That's how it should be, though.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, like, it should be cool enough that if you want to have a blanket, you can have a blanket.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. That's what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is in my room right now. Yes, sir.
Yeah. But so shit, tomorrow it's music in the park. Pam in the building, shout out. Yeah, my dad is playing tomorrow, celebrating his 73rd birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
where's he
man.
playing at?
73?
Yeah, I'm 73. Salute to my pops. His birthday is Monday. Happy birthday to my son, Jamari. His birthday is the same day. He'll be 26. And then happy birthday to my nephew, Cameron.
Happy birthday.
He's 16. He'll be 16. And that's
Who
their
that nigga
birthday
16?
is on
Oh,
Monday.
Lord.
Yeah, he driving. They both know how to drive and all that.
Oh, these niggas are getting old.
Ev's in the building. Yeah. Brian got them driving and on some more shit. So yeah, they all turn. They all I already said their birthday, but their birthday is on Monday, the 22nd. So celebrating.
The 25th.
You said
Where's
what?
your dad playing at?
It's out in the Loa. It's the spot. You've been playing out there for like 22 years. It's every year.
That's
like
place you be going to all the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Out in the Loa.
Yeah,
with the little cul-de-sac, and they had their own little open park area where they set up a stage and all that, and then they have the host house in that cul-de-sac is they both play with my dad, so they pretty much do a lot of the barbecuing and all that stuff. I usually bring like a picnic, my own snacks or whatever.
It's supposed to be toasty tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna come, but then I can't. I ain't gonna be able to do it.
You say what? No, you ain't going?
No, because I can't. Like, I ain't got nowhere to take everybody.
Yeah.
So, that's depressing. Well, not I wanted to go, but
Well, I think Devin and Irene can come with me.
Nairi is gonna be. Nairi's gone. She
Oh,
kicking she with her cousin, so it's just me, Alex, and the boys and the baby.
Where Devin at?
He out here. I said me, Alex, and the boys. All the boys.
Oh, yeah.
He is one of them. But yeah, and then since you taking her to get her nose piercing.
Oh, are you? She gets her nose pierced?
Ray Ray made the executive decision that she could have that. So that's between her and Ray.
Oh, Uncle Daddy.
Uncle Daddy, right. That's it, right there. Fucking funny. It's Uncle Daddy all day long.
I mean, I got my nose pierced.
You don't understand. So she overrode me, right? And she texts this nigga.
She bypassed you, huh? Did she not even ask you?
Please take me to get my nose pierced.
It'll be cute on her.
And so, and then of course, this nigga responds with, "Oh, let me take you there," because she sent me the screen. She screenshotted the message for me.
She was like, basically, you will say nothing. You're being cousin.
She was like, can you please take me to get my nose pierced on my birthday, please, with the praying hands, right? And then he said, "Oh, sorry, I was asleep when you called, and yes, I will take you to get your nose pierced, sweetheart. Call me when you wake up. Love you." You was salty, cotton ball, nigga, in water. Nigga.
He's like, I don't have to be the disciplinarian. I can just love on them and spoil.
That's my cutty. That's my. I don't got no daughter, so that's the closest thing that I got to a daughter. So, anyway, that's my one.
And that's Alex's daughter.
Yeah. Yep. That's the oldest.
Okay.
If he stopped on Nairi, think of how he's gonna be with Samaya, and she's even younger.
Oh yeah, he's already there. Yeah. He's already there. He's toast.
I already told all the other kids. I said, y'all in last place now. It's all about.
Dang, you're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to have favorites.
The only one that was
they know it now.
Kamari.
I got love for him, but yes, I mean Kamari, he bad though. I mean, I want to love him up though, but he's just a gangster.
Oh, he swindled Elijah yesterday.
Kamari's gonna make you love him and
no, because Elijah was going to his car to go get some car. He said, "If you getting ready to leave, can I go with you? Because if you leave, I know you're not gonna come back." So then Elijah lets him get in the car. Right? And next thing you know, here they come back with a big ass bag of Wendy's. And this nigga Kamari can swindle this nigga Elijah for some Wendy's.
From that $5 bag or whatever they got.
Elijah wanted some Wendy's, nigga, so they both got Wendy's.
Oh, he got it for everybody. At least Kamari look out for the whole crew.
Yeah, well, they don't look out for him. Devin will every once in a while, but Kamari,
he understand it at a young age. He gonna have to scrap for it.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to scrap for it.
But he's successful in his missions.
Well, he mad right now because everybody or Devin and Boots in the pool and he can't get in because he been showing his ass all day, so he can just.
You said in the pool?
Yeah.
It's hard to say no to a child who wants to not only ask for something for themselves, but to ask for their brothers and sisters and their uncle, right? Like, how do you say no when the 5-6-year-old's looking out for everybody, right? And he's not going in just for himself.
Never does. He got mad at me one day because he made Nate buy me something out the store when Nate gave him some money. And so Devin asked me if I wanted his chips, and I was like, just save them for me later when we get in the car. So I get in the car, Devin opens the chips, so I snatched the chips. I was like, why you gonna eat my shit? This thing Kamari said, oh, so it's like that, Nanny? It's like that? I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, you can take something from Devin, but you can't take nothing from me. I just talked to you with the shit before I was gonna eat it for a while. You just, he said, are you supposed to be dirty like that, Nanny? I mean, his whole voice changed, his demeanor, everything. He did the same thing with Alex when he got her some flowers for Mother's Day, and that nigga bought her some flowers, and he was like, his flowers is fake. Mine is the real ones. And they wasn't fake, but they just wasn't roses like his. So he feels a certain kind of about his shit.
He even know. He like, it's the roses.
Yeah, listen.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
my shit ain't important.
That's how he feels.
Well, at least
it's a real one.
Yeah.
It's a real one.
So man, the summer is hot, and so with with it being the summertime, you know, shootings go up. And of course, around the corner from my house, I live by this park called Dawson Park, and there was a shooting today. Over 70 rounds were shot off, and 2 people were injured. One walked themselves to the hospital, and the other one was taken to the hospital. I don't know the prognosis or what's going on with them, but it'll be interesting to see what happened there. Why does anyone at Dawson Park, though? That's a question. Let's start there. When's the last time you've been at Dawson Park, though?
I mean, it's been years.
It's been decades. I don't go over there. I'll drive by when they have the little, what is that? The recovery barbecue.
Is that what that is when I get out there?
It'd be something.
That nigga said the recovery barbecue.
Man, I stopped over at the store over there just to go grab something out of the store one time, and I never got harassed so much in my motherfucking life. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get out of here. This is not where I'm supposed to be.
You got a couple dollars I could get? You got
man. I was like, man, no, I only got a card.
Nigga, I ain't got nothing but a hard time. Nigga, get away from me.
Hey, I told y'all about the lady that hit me up downtown, black lady, gonna hit me up, bro. She didn't ask for some change or a couple dollars, nigga. She asked me for a 10. You got a 10? So what? No, gonna bypass the dollar, gonna bypass the 5, and went straight to the 10.
Hey.
Straight to
the homeless man had a doozy for me the other day. Me and my cousin Daniel and the kids outside. And Daniel was doing something in the backyard for me, and I'm standing out front. And this homeless, I got a raggedy chair I threw out front somebody can take, right? He gonna walk up, he talking to somebody down the street, and he gonna stand there, he gonna turn around, look at me, and he gonna turn and sit down in the chair. I said, no, you can't sit there. You can take that motherfucker with you. He acted like he wasn't gonna hear me. Then here comes Junkyard Dog out the backyard, like, hey man, you got to raise up from over here trying to case my, you go fuck around and find out. It's gonna be another shooting. You better stay up out my yard. For real.
No, he said she asked him for the $10 though.
She wants the 10. Give it to her, Ivory. She was gonna give you some. She was gonna give you something in return.
Yeah.
That. Man.
So I got a question. I read the article about the shooting at Dawson Park, and the statement in there said the police are taking a holistic approach.
What does that even mean?
That was my question. Does anybody know what a holistic approach is to a shooting?
I guess ask the hoes. I don't know.
Oh my God. I'm gonna need you.
No, I ain't never heard that.
Me either. I was making
sure
people didn't know what I did.
So we need to look that up though. What is a holistic approach?
Want to look up the definition of holistic approach?
Oh no, holistic approach in regards to policing. So a holistic approach to policing can consider a variety of factors that impact a community, including criminal justice, social, economic, and environmental factors. The goal is to create a lasting positive impact that improves the quality of life for the community. And that doesn't answer my question.
It does not.
So I guess what they're gonna look at the situation and see what's going on and what it's about, or these are poor people having a disagreement, and this is how they settle their differences or express their love, or what? I mean, what is this?
I guess the actual statement says, I want the community to know that the Portland Police Bureau takes a holistic approach to preventing gun violence. Now, read that definition again then.
It says a holistic approach addresses criminal justice, social, economic, and environmental factors that adversely affect the community.
Well, Dawson Park been a problem. So I'm not understanding how that holistic approach has been working.
I don't either. It says
we've talked about that park on this show.
Mm-hmm.
The community been talking about it. Like, it's not like it didn't just all of a sudden come out of nowhere this year in 2024.
part that gets me is that people actually take their kids to that motherfucker.
I know.
Ain't no way in God's green mine going to Dawson Park.
I wouldn't even go in Dawson's Park.
City, we ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, you couldn't pay me to go over there.
So a holistic approach to criminology involves understanding crime as a complex phenomenon that is influenced by a range of social, economic, and psychological factors. This approach acknowledges that crime is not just the results of individual.
So what the fuck is it then? We ain't all, I'm just so fucking confused right now. Help me.
What are alternative approaches to police discipline? I don't know. I don't know what that even means, though. But that's some defund the police ass shit sound like to me. I don't know. I could be definitely wrong, but I don't know how effective that's going to be. Law and motherfucking order. You break the law, you getting broke down, nigga. Fuck's you talking about?
So
Holistic. Fuck you mean?
I just didn't know if anybody else had seen that. I was perplexed by it.
Yeah, no, I came across my screen, but when I was looking at the article, I was like, yeah, what I didn't see that part of it, or that statement made, or whatever. I'm like, what are you talking about? So, man, there's a whole lot of people getting shot in Portland, though.
yeah.
There's a lady that got attacked by a pack of dogs.
Really?
Ooh.
In North Portland, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So a woman suffers life-threatening injuries after chaotic attack by a pack of dogs.
You sure they weren't coyotes? Because they be out here.
That's a good question.
Because
they be out here.
There ain't really no dogs out here. I mean, there's dogs everywhere, but I'm saying I don't know. Oh yeah, that's over there.
Ready to up your game? Pacific Office Information Game On breaks down all the action from the week, the hits and the misses, plus interviews with some of the best in the Northwest. Game On, Sundays at 11:30 on Coin Stick.
Woman was critically hurt after a pack of dogs attacked her in North Portland. This actually happened at an encampment on Monday morning. Police say
Never mind.
That woman.
Oh, it's their doggies.
Also got hurt when they tried to help her. No arrests have been made. The dogs are in the possession right now of Multnomah County Animal Control.
Watch your local teams on their new home, Portland CW. That's all.
They're homeless dogs.
Yeah.
Homeless dogs.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. The motherfuckers
And
can't
8 of them, though. It was 8. Could you imagine getting attacked by 8 fucking dogs?
Bro, they was going to eat your ass. They was hungry.
Dogs are a notorious problem, especially when they begin to amass in numbers. I've had a lot of family members bit by dogs, bit by family dogs, even at that. So not strange dogs, dogs they've known, dogs they've grown up with. And dogs, we fail to remember, descend from wolves, right? So there's
we have that pack mentality. Even
nice dogs, even sweet dogs. Like my god sister was bit by a golden retriever and it took her whole face in its mouth, right? And this was her grandmother's dog that we both grew up with. She knew the dog. She startled the dog, right? In fairness to the dog was sleeping. She was 6, I was 10. She just flopped down next to the dog and threw her arms around the dog. It was innocent, but it scared the dog, and the dog just turned around and took her whole face in its mouth. But when you start to get dogs in numbers, it's exactly what Ray just said. They have a pack mentality. So now you've got that going on. Then you add to the fact that they're probably likely a part of that homeless camp, right? So they're the homeless dogs. They're feeling the same stress and duress that the whole homeless camp is feeling.
They probably ain't got no fentanyl today. They going through
you know what I'm saying? They're taking it in. They're stressed, and now they're feast or famine. They're on the attack mode too. And don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't feel bad for her, but it's. I don't know. I struggle with homeless people having animals. I get it. I get that they need the companionship
Like
and
how the fuck you gonna be homeless and you gonna put a dog to home? Yeah, that should be illegal.
and put them through.
If you can't feed yourself, how you gonna feed the dog?
I mean, if it's a stray cat, that's one thing. That's just hanging out with you, so be it. But the dogs, I don't know. For me, that's a bit of a quandary.
That's almost like animal cruelty, I would think.
I mean,
you homeless, you looking for a meal.
How are you eating
with the dog? I mean, you giving the
because
dog
the food shelter pantries place got dog food and cat food for the homeless people. That's how.
They do. That's true. That's true.
Like, how does that fucking work?
I remember, that's a trip though, because I remember I was just watching. I watched all the Road Warrior series, and it was this one episode where Mel Gibson was chilling with his dog, and he was eating a can of fucking dog food. And then he gave the dog the rest out of the can. It was fucking crazy.
That's gross.
It is gross, but it just made me think.
I don't need no dog.
I mean, I guess if you're destitute, you're gonna.
But no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, well, that's what it was, Claire. It was. I mean, it's apocalyptic. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whatever kind of food you can find, you're gonna consume that shit to stay alive. Imagine that. You're running out of food.
I'm not. I can't stand the smell of dog food and cat food.
What if if there was no food? It's an apocalyptic situation. All research, no water, none of that, and you find like a crate of dog food.
You can go get the crackers,
kibbles and bits. I be like, I can fish.
That nigga said, get the crackers.
The crackers and hot sauce.
Man, join me with that puppy chow on your motherfucker. Yeah, I'll do it with no question. That'd be before I get to be cannibalizing people, because that's part of it too.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, just
you gotta adapt.
Yeah, you sure do. You be out here eating all them squirrels I be killing. Best believe, nigga. It's gonna be on. I'm gonna get the squirrels and the raccoon.
Fried squirrel, grilled squirrel.
Listen, the squirrel ain't gonna be nothing but bait for them big ass raccoons that want to hop on the trap. I'm gonna just be waiting for they funky ass. And nigga, we're gonna have big. I've had raccoon before. It's some good eating actually. It's not bad. By the way, what's the craziest thing you've ever eaten, Ivory?
Shoot. I mean, chitlins.
Chitlins. That's what I call them.
That's the only thing.
Chitlins.
That's
chitlins. That's how it's spelled. Chitlins. It's chitlins.
Yeah, I tore them up too. Shit.
Yeah.
Hot sauce.
You still fuck with chitlins?
I haven't had any in a long time, man.
When's the last time
you make them?
No, what was that? Had some chitlins.
Way back when we was little kids at the 10 and a quarter.
You don't fuck with them either.
That
shit.
Don, I ain't buying that. Your ass, no, you got something.
I put that on all my kids.
You got some chitlin juice in the refrigerator. Stop lying.
No, I will say this though. I remember when I used to eat those motherfuckers. They was fire. My grandmother made them.
Yeah, you can't just eat chitlins, nigga, because motherfuckers will have you eating doo doo. So,
well, that's what they are, shitlings.
Yeah, I'm not eating none of that.
They call them chitlings to try to take the sting off the name, nigga. It's shitlings.
Shit smells horrible.
That's what the shit.
It looks horrible when you're cleaning them.
Oh, they smell horrible too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's kind of like they. When I think about it though, the smell of them when you cooking like a raccoon, it has that same kind of smell because it's like wild meat, Yeah, raccoon it tastes like dark meat on the turkey. I mean on the turkey or a chicken or something like that. Yeah. It's gamey tasting. Yeah. Had that with some hot sauce and bread.
There was a raccoon out here by my house the other day.
Hot sauce and bread. The white bread.
White bread, yeah. It was me, Robert Coleman, Pastor Robert Pat.
Yeah.
And we was sitting there. He baked that motherfucker. He brought it back from Texas. and the head was all he had it on the thing, and he with his mouth wide open on the thing, and he cut the head off, and he nigga gutted him and all that, put some potatoes and all that shit. He baked that today. He baked it for like 4 hours.
My
and he was
God.
like, "Ray, you want to try some?" And I was like, "Man, why not?"
Throw it up, huh?
I did. Raccoon, yeah, I've eaten raccoon, rattlesnake. I've had alligator.
I've had gator.
Frog legs. Of course, everybody's had squid before. Yeah, I said that. Squid.
Frog legs.
Oh no. What else have I eaten that's crazy? Oh, escargot. Snails.
Snails.
Yeah,
Have you had La Rat?
No, well, I don't know. Not that I'm aware of, but who knows? Don't know what that tender meat is you eating at that restaurant.
Man.
Oh my goodness! Don't go there.
Marinated for days, so you won't even taste the nastiness.
It's chicken. It's beef.
It's La Rat, like Don said.
La Rat.
Or Laputo, nigga.
Oh wow.
Hey, I'm pretty sure we didn't all had dog.
La Garfield.
Oh, that's a cold thought. Hey, dude, I seen this one video though. It's crazy as shit though. So this girl was cheating on him, and he had her dog or whatever, and so then he had a bowl with some meat in there, and he was seasoning it up. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna feed this bitch her dog. She think I'm
fried green tomatoes."
and he had, I don't know, but see, the thing is, it's like I don't necessarily believe that was the dog, but that was the gist of the video. And he was seasoning it up, and I was just like, "Is this nigga serious?" I was like, "Man," he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna feed this bitch this dog." You know what I'm saying? And he was it's like, wow. Yeah, cooked your dog up though, fed it to her.
That's so disgusting.
Yeah, I know that's vicious. I don't know why I said that, y'all.
Yeah, you just made my stomach turn.
It made me think of the movie Fried Green Tomatoes. Y'all seen that movie?
Oh, I heard of it, but what is that about?
It's a movie.
It's an excellent movie. It's back in the day, but the long story short is there's a part in there where somebody gets killed. Mm-hmm. And the cover up is they break the body down, they cook it, and
they consume it.
They use it. They don't, but they serve it as barbecue at the restaurant.
That's disgusting.
Have y'all seen what was that movie with Denzel Washington in it? It was about the Book of Eli, I think it's called.
Oh, yeah, that's a good movie.
So when they went to the one house, him and the lady, and they was like, "Yeah, you guys hungry? We got meat, whatever." And they was trying to trap them because they were cannibals, and they had all this flesh, human flesh that they was consuming and eating off of or whatever, and they was getting stragglers or people, they came through and they was killing them and storing their body, their flesh for meat, for food.
All the Hannibal cannibals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll go crazy. Something happens with your mind when you start doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah. Because it's not, most species are not meant to eat themselves. There are some that do, like gators will eat themselves. Gators, not themselves, but gators are cannibalistic. They'll eat other
bears will eat other bears.
Most species are not geared to do that. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad we're one of them that's not supposed to be doing that.
So they say.
But when it happens, it causes a mental thing, like some kind of crazy. And
isn't that why there was mad cow disease?
Some people. I've heard something like that before. I've actually heard something like that because they were putting cow in the feed.
Yeah, and then they were eating that.
And they were consuming that, and it was causing that, or at least that's what I've heard. So I don't know, but that's craziness though. But that was deep though. I remember mad cow disease. I was like, what is that?
It was a big deal, and everybody was like, "Don't eat beef, don't eat steak."
Yeah, I bet you they took a hit for that when that happened. The mad cow disease story.
back in the 80s and 90s, 1980 through 90s.
Yep, and then they already had Oprah on them when she had that one show, and they ended up suing her.
Right, and she won because she just said, I'm not gonna eat beef.
No, she didn't win. They won.
No, she did win.
What you mean she won?
I'm pretty sure she won. Let's look this up. I'm pretty sure she won.
Maybe you're right, but I don't think so.
Oprah versus beef industry. Hold on. I think they found in her favor because she was just stating her opinion. She wasn't trying to sway anybody. She was just like, I'm just not going to eat it anymore.
So, let's see.
Oprah vindicated.
Let's see.
Hey, girl. We're going to set all the bolts on fire. Hey, girl. You know you owe when going to Walmart and the grocery store.
Jury decided in her favor on February 28th, 1998.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, they tried to sue her. Let's put it that way.
They did try to sue her. They absolutely did.
Yeah.
But she wasn't the thing was that she wasn't on a mission to try to keep people from eating beef. She just made this comment that she just didn't do it. And then because she has mad followers, they were like, we're not eating beef. The Oprah cult. And then people just, held to that. They felt like they lost money because she made that statement. They tried to take the black woman down.
They weren't fucking around.
The black
They
female
was
media mogul. I don't like that word.
Hold on, I gotta get my sweatpants. Y'all. It's getting cold up in here.
Damn shit. Ladies and gentlemen, it's damn near 90 degrees and sultry around here.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I'm comfortable, but I ain't nowhere near let me put on some sweatpants.
Clearly.
Where's Mrs. Mays?
She's probably in her bed with a blanket with fur around it.
Can I bring a air mattress and
fur-lined
sleep in the
slippers?
room?
Are you not right in the bed? A pair of fur-lined slippers.
Oh.
Ain't it fast?
So you might get fucking mad cow disease if you was a human and ate that meat.
And they said it was there was a problem with it in 24 countries. That's probably because they're all getting it from one distributor or a few distributors, right? So then there goes the problem with these mass distribution entities is that you got 2 or 3 distributing the goods all across the world. So then now you got 24 countries affected. They were probably all first world countries too.
Man, listen.
Hi, Mama. Maya. Hi, Samaya. Hey, girl. What you doing? She's like,
she look like Don a little bit.
Don stamped all them babies. They all look like little Dons in their own way.
In my mini-me's.
They're like, we Don's kids. We don't die. We multiply.
Clearly.
Like
the roaches.
Dang, she look just like you, Don.
Say hi, Uncle. Say hi, Uncle Scoop. Ooh. Say hi, Uncle Scoop.
Something's going on up above you that she's more interested in.
Yeah, she's playing with the spirits. So I'm gonna let her keep playing with them because it ain't gonna.
She wide awake.
Yeah. Quit trying to get down. You can't do nothing.
Oh, she will be.
Oh, that's you doing. I was like, did she just hold her foot up for us?
Right.
She's stretching her leg out. That's what she's doing. That.
She's doing that?
Yeah, she is stretching
Man,
her
she got
legs.
some big feet.
And she got some mitts. Look, when she get older, she gonna slap.
No, that's why I call her fingers.
She gonna slap the shit out of somebody.
Oh no. Uh-oh, you spitting up?
Looks that way.
Yeah, she just spit up, man. She's like, she must be full of milk.
Yeah, she milk drunk. But she don't ever want to burp. She want to hold on to all of it. Hi, you smiling? Yes, I smile. I smile. Yeah. But she don't like nobody but me, so.
She don't like her mama? Only to feed her?
Yeah, she only want her for food. That's it.
I mean,
everybody feels from any of you motherfuckers is holding her. Ain't none of y'all special. You got the goddamn resource. That's really what's happening. Y'all just
he said it's not about it's about resource.
Yeah, motherfucker, right?
You're a tool.
She likes whoever got the food. That's who she fucking with. Period. Fuck everything else. Nigga, I want that.
Well, she pops it with her Uncle Devin and her brother Boots without crying. When Nairi and Kamari get a hold of her, she get to hollering and shit.
Really? That's interesting. Are they just more calm?
Because Nairi just wants to do photo shoots on TikTok and shit with her sister and don't want to leave her the fuck alone. And Kamari, he's just in her face, Tamaya, and breath probably smell like dog shit. He's just all in her face. And where Devin, he just holds her and lays down with her. You know, Boots, he just sits still with her and let her lay like this. They don't move.
But yeah, they chill. Yeah.
They chill. The other two, Nairi's, as Alex called her, Polly Pocket.
Polly Pocket.
What's that?
She forever got that phone in her pocket. You know, she just just voguing with the baby and shit, you know.
I hope she get a job in social media or something. Nairi.
Start gearing her towards that.
Yeah, I mean, because she full of herself right now. You can
start mentoring her in media and things like that and getting her on that track.
When she's been in front of the people, when she's time to perform, then she's...
She could be behind the scenes, though.
She's getting better. She's getting better with her
She's getting better, but still, you know.
More comfortable.
So I told her I was going to take her to this concert. And I said, so you going to act retarded? What if the girl want to take you up on the stage and dance with her? You going to act retarded and do your retarded girl look? No, I'm going to get down. I'm going to get down. The lies.
Sounds good.
The lies.
What concert y'all going to?
She want to go to the Janae Aiko concert. So I'm going to take her for her birthday.
Oh, she getting good gifts on her birthday. She getting a concert.
Well, that's it.
Nose pierced.
That's Ray Ray. That's Ray Ray. I'm the concert.
Gonna try to get that nose pierced before she go to the concert.
Oh yeah, the concert is after her birthday. The concert is on August 8th. Her birthday is Thursday.
Well, she'll be ready. Well, anyway, to the show, and what we're going to talk about for is the attempted assassination attempt on the Orange Man, Mr. Donald.
The 10th? It's been 10 assassination attempts? Did you say that?
No.
On the
attempt assassination.
Yeah, the attempt.
I thought you said the 10th. I was thinking I have not been around.
No, it's up there though, but I don't know if it's 10. But maybe I could be. I mean, that could be true. But anyway, let me share this video real quick and we'll talk about it.
That's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hold. When you're ready, on you. Ready? Move. Move. Go.
Hawkeye's here. Get ready.
You ready?
Shooters down.
We're good. Shooters down. Let's move. We're clear. We're clear. We're clear.
Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir. I got you.
Let me get my shoes.
Hold on, your head is bloody.
So we gotta move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Okay, my shoes down.
Watch out. Maybe.
Hola. You laughing at me?
Yes.
Hola.
Say what?
No, she was laughing because I was like, "Hola, are we frozen or are we here? What's going on?"
No, I was looking at something.
Oh yeah, well he's smiling too, girl. I know that's funny, ain't it? Right? Yeah.
Well, Ivy, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, this is my first time actually seeing the whole thing, and it did look real based on what I seen. Because initially, I didn't,
Yeah, I've seen it from that
really.
angle.
I thought it was kind of. Hold on, Yolanda. Is that the alarm? Yeah, it is.
He about to get his gun and everything.
Sorry about that. Based on what I just seen, it looked more real, or looked, real. And then when you said what type of round, the alleged shooter had, that kind of made more sense of why his ear didn't get blown off.
Right.
But what I don't understand is how can the motherfuckers wasn't running, bro? They was standing there like he was still talking.
Shit, I don't know, man. Motherfuckers was, I don't know. I really don't know. That had to be horrible. You stuck in between all them fucking people.
But nobody got down on the ground. Nigga, wasn't nobody trying to run. I didn't see nobody running. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, you
after
heard
the second
scream. I think that scream might have been where the man that did die get his little top blew off.
Oh yeah, I heard that too.
That was at some. Yeah, I just seen
bad.
Yeah, that blood curdling scream.
Talking about the firefighter guy.
Yeah.
Died.
And there was a couple of people that shot, I think.
Yeah.
Him and another player. Yeah, that's fucked up, though. I mean, yeah, that was crazy. That was fucking crazy. In an election year, we turned into like a banana republic in this motherfucker. This place we call United States of America. And this type of shit is happening. This ain't gonna be the last time we see an attempt on. I mean, it's gonna be more. I think more stuff like this is gonna be happening.
Absolutely, this union is digressing.
It's gonna be some because there's gonna be a zealot from the right side that's gonna want to get some get back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's my thoughts on it. I mean, the Democrats took it there, and somebody made the call, man. Obama, hey man, listen. Make the call, man.
Put it on the black man.
Hey man, listen. He got Bin Laden. Why not? I mean, just saying. But no, I feel like it was an inside job. It looked like it was somebody because I want to say that they had asked for more security and they told them no or whatever. Who knows? It's going to be. I mean, hopefully it'll be investigated and they'll find out exactly how everything went down and what they did. You know what I mean?
It's going to be years before we really know. Because the one thing I just keep hearing, both sides say the other side set it up. So the only thing I can conclude is that the majority of the country thinks it was a setup on some level. But I mean, are we really going to get to the bottom of it this soon, early in the game, even in the next year or two, and really know the truth? I don't know that I believe that.
Well, I don't think it was and I'm just looking on it. I don't think the Republicans would do it because shit, they're gonna win any goddamn way. You know what I'm saying? You could have a goddamn cat run against Biden and motherfucking win. I mean, shit.
Nigga said a cat. Man.
Put one of these get one of these fentanyl fairs to run, and they could win against Biden. Shit.
Man, I just think that, I mean, it's higher powers in this game. The puppet masters are the people because,
yes,
they know
that's a different conversation.
No, but I'm saying that, like I said, when it comes to the Kennedys, both Robert and JFK, you had people in high, the people that got the money, that run the banks, that do all this stuff, though, they call shots, you know what I mean? Or inside, like I said, it was too. This shit should never happen. Never ever happen. How the fuck do you just allow? How you got?
Especially when Secret Service
got a gun. There was people calling it out saying they got a gun, he got a gun, or whatever. And by the time they got up there, he had already started shooting. One of the police officers had went up there, but the dude pointed the gun at him and he dropped back down. And then that's when the dude started shooting. At least this is what's been what I've been hearing or whatever. But he's dead though. See, and this is key to me. What's important is that he's dead, right? It's just like the same thing with Oswald. He was the patsy to me, because had they got to him, then he would have talked or said something. And who was, what I mean, gave clues or that type of shit. And I believe that it was more than one shooter, and maybe it was the shooter that knocked him off because he was compromised. But all in all, it was an orchestrated thing, and it was somebody from the inside that actually knew what was popping and going on.
And knew exactly where to position the person.
Right.
Because Secret Service is like, it's hard to get past Secret Service.
Mm-hmm. But they let this one building go by and nobody was on top of it or anything. Right. That's the problem.
Absolutely.
That's a lapse. That's a lapse, and that can't happen. That's a lapse that can't happen. You see what I'm saying? But did they have the manpower to be able to do that?
Well, I would fire that Secret Service that was up on that podium, bro. Well, they didn't try to rush his ass off. I mean, shit.
It's the president it's up to the president to do that joke for Biden, and he said that he's not going to do that.
Do what?
Fire the head of the Secret Service, because it's an appointed position, I believe.
Look at that, bro. The first thing you trying to do when you realize, okay, where the shots is. You supposed to surround the dude to where can't nobody, shoot at him. They end up popping you, basically. And I only seen one dude, maybe two guys up there with ARs. You know what I'm saying? They should have been, it was just straight tacky, bro. Like they went to motherfucking Walmart parking lot and dressed people up with suits and said, "Come on, we got a job for you." Like shit.
Oh, wow.
It was bad, man. It was embarrassing. It was really fucking embarrassing. But the worst of it,
the dude that did the so-called shooter, he looked like the character that played on the white boy that played on People Under the Stairs. That's exactly what he looked like.
Since you brought it up, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but he looked like he was special needs, bro.
Yeah, he did.
I first seen it.
Stop.
He do look special
I'm
needs.
being
Y'all
dead
giving special
serious.
needs people with bad
I've
names,
seen
bro.
his picture.
I'm just
He's like the
saying,
dude-
bro. I'm just.
He like the boy from the people under the stairs, man. The one
I
white
never
He just
seen
look like
that.
he just looks like a goddamn quirky teenager. You know what I mean? Like
He did.
he looks
He
like a
did.
quirky teenager. He looked like this nigga said Special Olympics.
Ray, you being nice, bro. Come on now. When I first seen it, the first thing but when I seen the dude, I'm like, oh yeah, this straight up
He
setup
like he
right
hitting a
here.
homie with the extra chromie.
Damn. Wildin'. What's Allen?
I'm being dead serious, bro. When I seen all that, and like I said, I didn't know he got shot, with a 22 round. I'm like, come on, man, with a 5.56, man, that shit would have tore his goddamn ear off.
Yeah,
Shit.
no. Listen, man. If he gets elected, there's some people that's gonna be going to jail, man. Y'all, they opened up Pandora's box by the way they went at him after he was president. They did this. And then this is finna all flip back over and motherfuckers is finna start being on, they finna get called to the carpet and they gonna answer some goddamn questions. Investigations is finna go down.
Damn it.
They opened it because, that was something that was never done before. You know what I'm saying? That you go after your political opponent like that, especially the president. And like that, and the shit that they're doing with this dude, it's unprecedented, really. You know what I'm saying? Typically, they just go forward or whatever and turn a blind eye or whatever. But with this dude, they went extra hard, and it was like a coordinated attack on him. And so, and all those things been falling apart since they impeached him twice. He won. All the shit, but then they got them on the 34 counts. They got him on that, which was, some bullshit. You know what I mean? It's just like,
if you're not going to unseat a president, then what is the point of an impeachment? I mean, I'm just going to say, I don't care if you're a Democrat, a Republican, an independent, or a green man. If you are not going to unseat the individual after you've impeached them, then there's no respect behind that process. I do not respect that process if you're not going to unseat the individual. I don't care who the person is.
Well, that's what they're trying to do when they do the whole proceeding.
But you're not successful. So if you're not going to unseat them, because they technically have impeached
him. It's about the Senate. It's about the Senate.
Somebody else? Did they impeach Bill Clinton too?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he sat right there and did his whole 2 terms. So all I'm saying is, if you're not going to take the power that comes with them and say you are out, then don't spend my tax dollars. Is all I'm saying.
The problem is that they do this shit to try to fuck up their legacies, and so it'll make them look back, because when they go into most of these situations, they already know they don't have the votes from the Senate to be able to push through a conviction. And so they do it to fucking try to tarnish their legacy. At least that's the only reason why I could say now when it came to Trump, that's something different. He was impeached twice. And that was unprecedented in itself. You know what I mean? And I believe that they intended on trying to do it. But I mean, like I said, you didn't have enough Senate votes to do it to convict him. And it didn't happen 2 times.
I'm Googling now to see how many presidents have been impeached. There have been only 21 impeachments.
But nobody thrown out of office.
Andrew Johnson, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump. Okay, hold on, let's see. This is absurd. But they were just impeached by the House. So those 3 were impeached by the House. Oh, but the other impeachments include cabinet secretary and a senator. 3 presidents, 1 cabinet secretary, and 1 senator. Of those who were impeached, only 8 officials were found guilty by the Senate and removed from office. All 8 were federal judges.
But not presidents.
So the judges they booted.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying. For me,
well, that's. I mean, shit. Well, whatever.
Yeah, well, they tried and they failed both times. So I don't know. It's just gotten to a level. My point is, out of the whole thing,
they failed with all three presidents.
No, I know. I'm saying that
all three of them served their terms.
But this thing took a different turn after he left the White House, and that's what I'm saying. That it's going to. I mean, I don't think they're gonna go after Biden for anything. I don't think that would be worth the time.
I mean, shit, he almost dead. What they gonna go after him for?
No, that's what I said. They're not gonna waste their time doing that. I think that if they do, it's gonna be other officials.
Well, they gonna go ahead and get Kamala stinking ass.
She's gonna be the one running against Trump in November, I believe.
Real talk, I'd be more willing to have a really serious conversation about the two running mates having an election, voting for one of those two than either one of these older two. I'm over both of these older two. But if you want to talk about Vance and Harris, then I'd be more willing to entertain a real conversation about them and give them the opportunity to choose running mates.
Well, I mean, that's what we're going to get here in the next 4 years. So, due time.
You know how I feel about this age thing.
I mean, yeah, but this is what we're dealing with. People better start talking to their senators and start making a big fuss about it, because it comes up during these times, but then nothing ever happens. Nobody pushes forward with trying to make any noise when it comes to those type of things. Age limitations or whatever, or cognitive tests that they should be taking to see if they're even fit at that age, because I think it's more so about those type of things, because I think that when it comes to like President Biden, I think that he was diagnosed when he was running originally, and that's why they kept him out of the limelight, and they didn't have him doing any debates and stuff like that, or campaigning, and they blamed it all on the whole COVID thing, because that was going on. And it progressed because those things typically progress quickly. And now we're seeing what's happened with him now. That's just a thought, and that's a conspiracy, I guess you can say. But that's my thought on that. That's what I believe was happening when he was first elected, or even when they even decided he was going to run. They found that out during that process, I believe. Lied to the public and went with it.
Yeah, they need to implement a age limit, bro. For real. I say 60. I say 67.
If that's the case, I think that should be for anybody in any political seat. Just a broad. I think it should be for all anything. Whether you're a senator, congressional leader.
Because how old is Biden right now?
82.
Woo.
Let's look.
Shut up. Is he for real that old?
He's 82.
He's 81. He'll be 82 in November.
Okay.
So I say 72. I say 70. And
70.
like you say, and I say, because I'm looking at our parents.
You have to discern at what point they cannot run and at what, right? So it's a twofold issue. Like, are you allowed to run at 70? I say no.
No, I think 70 should be the cutoff. But I think that, okay, check this out. To be fair, I think that whoever runs, they need to take that test to see if you're competent, if you win, regardless of the age. That way you don't discriminate.
I mean, even if you're going to run, I mean, you should be, if you're in a certain age bracket, so if it's 75 or something like that, then you would need to take a cognitive test.
Yeah,
look,
I'm with that.
If you're old enough to collect Social Security and get Medicare, nope, you're not running. Sorry.
Yeah, because
and those ages are different ages, right? Like
I mean, Ray saying he's shitting on himself on the stage.
Oh Lord,
bro, that's embarrassing.
That.
I forgot about that till you just said it. God damn it.
That's embarrassing, man. They'd be like, man, where are you from? Yeah, man, I'm from the U.S. What'd you say? Yeah, man, wasn't your president shitting on the stage? Just shitting on himself? Like, come on, man. I mean,
This right now,
people
it's a
have
sad
accidents and shit.
It means you retire, you collect your Social Security, your Medicare, and you go sit in the Hamptons or.
Well, what's the retirement age for the average American citizen? Let's start there.
Shit,
80,
they keep
80.
pushing it.
What is it?
I'm
What
just
is
being
60,
funny.
But the average
65.
person isn't running.
67.
And you can't have average cognitive skills
67?
in that office.
Yes, right now it's 67. Who knows?
Yeah, 67 is when you can collect benefits.
Okay, that's what you said. So that's so there's your age.
And that's when you can no longer either A, run, or B, be in office. Because I think that those are different things, right?
What do you mean?
Because, you could run for office at 65 and still be office at 67, right? So is it that you cannot run?
No, I say that you can't run at that age. But if you're 65 and you run, I mean, then you're good. Anytime before the age of 67, which we're talking about. So, at best, after the term is up, or whatever.
I think you have to have a cutoff age for when they can run.
So I said 67.
So they can run at 67 and still be
up until the age of 67, before 67, and then after that, no.
Fuck out
But
of
prior
here.
to, yeah. If you win, it's not a thing. It's not a guarantee that you're gonna win. And if this becomes a thing, then the public is they're gonna assess it like that. At this point, no one is assessing it like that. It's becoming a thing because of Biden.
I'll be right back.
Not because of fucking Trump, it's because of Biden.
No, they should have been assessing it years ago with Reagan. Because at that time, he was the oldest one, I believe. He had been the oldest at that point. And there were red flags then, and they swept it under the rug.
The difference is there was more line in how they handled that shit. And they didn't put him out there and trolley him out there and make him look fucking ridiculous. And that's
I hear you there.
They had a better team. And not only that, they had an experienced politician as a vice president. So there was a number of factors that mattered when it came to that situation. And a lot of that didn't come out until after his presidency was over, because that was his second term when it really became a thing, because he got shot in the first term and all of that. And he made waves and all that kind of thing. And then when his second term, that was basically a lame duck term for him. And there was rumblings and people were talking, but back then journalists and writers and stuff like that who didn't put press out like they do today. And so the Democratic Party is shameful, in my opinion, by how they're even allowing him to be out there like that. Kamala Harris is the vice president. They should have been prepping her and having her doing a lot of these things, you know what I'm saying, as far as talking and speaking and shit like that, when you know that he's struggling doing that. That's their fault. They played this shit out there and they look bad by doing that shit with him.
I wouldn't disagree with that statement.
That's the difference between the two. And I agree, yeah. After that happened with him, we should have been more on point with thinking about that when it comes to presidents or guys that are running for president and they got action at winning, that we pay attention to their mental state and their cognitive ability.
There was a lot of conversation in 20, though. Well, I should say in 19, about who was going to run in 20, because at that time it was looking like Trump. It was looking like Elizabeth Warren. It was looking like Bernie Sanders. It was looking like Joe Biden. And all of them were over the age of 70.
Mm-hmm.
So that conversation has been, now, I'm not saying it hasn't progressed, but that conversation did start over 4 years ago, when you had these four major individuals who, had a lot of attention to them, and they were all over age 70.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's going to be up to the people. It's going
situation with Biden, I would agree with that, but it's not a brand new convo.
But ultimately, it don't even matter, because it's like, these parties, it ain't even about, to me, it ain't even really about that. You can talk about that all day, that's fine, but it's really about the party and who they fucking pushing up there to represent the party and the public. And
I would agree with that.
Support these people, like saying, "Oh, we're going to go with this guy," when you got younger people.
Yep, more viable candidates.
They're supposed to be pushing for those candidates. If we're really looking at the politics for what it's worth or what their policies are, what they're talking about, then we would be paying attention to that shit. It's just like whether you're Republican or a fucking Democrat, the idea is not to vote down ballot because you're a fucking Democrat. You're gonna just vote for everything this motherfucker got, and for the Republican, the same thing. You're supposed to be able to objectively look at these fucking plans and see if they really are practical for what, you know what I'm saying, and how it's going to affect the community or the country.
Yeah. I agree with
that. Okay, I'm a Republican. Okay, but I think this is better than this. But you see what I'm saying? And that's really what this shit's supposed to be about. But it's turned into my side and this side and that side, and nobody fucking even has any conversation about. I mean, you know, the whole whatever the law is or you know, proposals they have on the table and shit like that. You know, but ultimately my point is that people are going to have to fucking say something about this shit, and they're going to have to start coveting the younger people.
Absolutely. I think another thing is we're really losing sight as where we stand in the world against the other countries. You know, I listen to the Socialist podcast, and I would say don't be wooed by the title of the podcast, because what they do is they're really talking about international politics.
Gotcha.
And they're really informative in terms of what's happening on the international stage in various countries. Like that's where I get a lot of my international news and information, because they're very well educated and very well versed and know what's going on around the world, and they understand what's happening and how countries are interacting with each other on the global stage.
It's called what again?
About the word socialist and socialism. This is something that I've learned, is that it doesn't look the same everywhere, but communism doesn't have to look the same everywhere, and capitalism doesn't have to look the same everywhere. And we have a very narrow mindset on what things look like based on our society. But when you step outside of our society and you're in other worlds or in other countries, what that economic system looks like varies drastically. But anyway, that's why I listen to the Socialist podcast, because they keep me up on game with what's going on around the world.
Socialist podcast.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting though.
They've got great information, and they do talk about things here, and I find that they're very not one-sided, right? They're very critical of the Democrats. They're critical of the Republicans. It's an equal thing. It's anybody can get it.
I'm with that type of shit. To be honest,
anybody can get it, right? So, like, if you are failing and if you are flailing, they call that out. They make no apologies about that. They're not rude about it or not mean about it, but they're,
But see, here's the thing, though, to what you're talking about, and that's which speaks to what the problem is in American media, is that you have these news outlets that champion for one or the other party.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have a fair and balanced. That says you have people that say that you know, as a buzzword or whatever for their company, but they don't have that, you know, to where we're talking about politics as they are and how they are going to, you know, regardless of what you think, you know, romanticization with the candidates or the president or whoever it is who you fucking with, but just a clear analysis of this shit without it being slanted either way for any goddamn body, so that the American public can take the information for what it is and make a sound fucking decision.
Right. Here's just the fact.
Listening to somebody.
You do it what you want.
Giving you social cues, or you okay? Now you need to be offended because the president has this idea. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a bad idea or whatever, why don't you just say, "Here's the facts. It has these possibilities and it has this negative thing." You know what I'm saying? And give it straight. And once we start doing that, or until we start doing that type of shit, this political theater that we see here in this country ain't gonna never fucking change. Whether it's age, term limits, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's not gonna ever fucking change until they start giving people fucking straight news, unslanted, without my opinion. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You're not encouraging people to use their critical thinking skills.
No,
and
they
make
want
a determination for themselves.
They want people to be done. Because really, like with this whole presidency thing, you know what I'm saying? It's not even about fucking Donald Trump. It's not about Joe Biden. It's really about midterm elections and who your Congress people are. In your fucking jurisdiction.
100%. And who's in control of the House? Who's in control of the House and the Senate?
Right. And
the
so
Democrats and Republicans, and it just sways back and forth.
But we don't know that. They're not the stars. They're not in the news. Those are the motherfuckers that are supposed to be getting covered in this state. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they cover them, but I'm talking about really covering them, like they cover national politics. That shit
right. What's happening on Capitol Hill?
Right.
Because the president's not on Capitol Hill.
No, and that's not what's going. That's not what's buttering your bread. You see what I'm saying? And we get caught 100%. Up in that bullshit and not talking about those type of things and championing those.
They
things
need age limits too.
Like
Sorry.
Absolutely.
They not only do they need term limits, but they also need age limits.
That's what I said when we first started talking about it. I said it should be across the board. If we're going to do an age limit when it comes to government jobs or whatever, especially in positions of leadership, then
we've got a generation that created a
67 is the age for everybody.
Yeah, we've got
all you can do now is be a consultant
for everybody.
All you can be is a consultant now. After 67, the only thing that you could be a cabinet appointed to a position or something like that. You can do those type if you can do it. But as far as running and being in a position of power, if that's the case, that can be done or whatever. But I think that ultimately, until you start telling people the real deal about this shit and giving straight information and fuck all these personality and pundits, you know, that would be myself included. I can give my opinion on something, but my opinion is my opinion or my thoughts on the shit from what I've read and researched. That doesn't mean that works for anybody else. And people need to stop being offended by that. You see what I'm saying?
You just got to get to the facts, right?
But what's the facts?
Remove feelings. When you're doing the reporting, remove the feelings and just hear the facts.
It's called philitics because everything is philitics now. It's about how I fucking feel. It's the philitics, you know. It's like wow, but don't got nothing behind it. Nothing behind it. Or people have their own opinion, but you don't have a right to your own facts. You see what I'm saying? And people feel like opinions or my opinion is this, but you don't got nothing behind it or no research, no understanding of it. So to me, that's just philitics.
And then how do you even ascertain real hardcore facts nowadays? Because the internet and how you get the information.
Well, niggas don't go to the library no more, Claire.
When you Google it, well, you and I understand this, but when you Google it, your browser is going to sway you to whatever way it believes that you're going to roll, right? So you don't even have an objective. You don't have the ability to have objective information to really weigh it. And, you know, that Google browser, that Edge browser, whatever, is making an assumption that because you've searched A, B, and C, when you go to search D, this is how you're going to feel. So you really need to be around people that you don't agree with all the time. So that you can try to find a way to get the information that they're getting in order to say, okay, here's the information I'm getting. Here's the information they're getting. Now, how do I make an educated decision based on who I am, my world, my life, whatever it is that I need, right? Because otherwise you're just always swayed one way and you don't have the ability to get that information.
Well, here's the thing with me.
Critical thinking decisions.
I don't watch. I mean, I don't do a lot of networks no more. You know what I mean? I do more independent. I get independent information from
you have to.
And things of that nature. I don't really rock with the.
You can't do the MSNBC. You can't do Fox. You can't do the Post. You can't do Huff. You can't do any of the posts. I mean, because it's all AP News generated, right? So they're the Associated Press is just delivering the information.
And then they
everything just says Associated Press and a date and a time, and all they're doing is just posting what the Associated Press already wrote.
Sidebar.
Yeah.
So, did you guys see the article about the anesthesiologist here in Oregon who has infected possibly over
Yes.
400 people.
Oh
And
my God,
the
no.
thing is with HIV and hepatitis
That was
C.
in the news last week.
But my thing is
I
that
ain't
why the
watching
fuck?
them.
Why is his name not released? And you're contacting people, you're giving mixed signals. So they contacted one man.
They say 200 people have. Was it 200 people or something like that?
No,
Was exposed?
2,400 people.
Oh,
2,400.
They're doing this since 2017, and most of the patients were at Willamette Falls, Providence, Willamette Falls. There were a couple of people that.
Oh, wait a minute. I might have heard about that.
There was a couple of people that happened to Providence, Portland, and then there was the Legacy, Mount Hood, and Legacy patients where he was doing the he wasn't following procedures. So he works with the Oregon anesthesiologist group, and they fired him or whatever, but they haven't released his name. That's criminal.
That is absolutely
criminal.
But
So
not only the criminal,
who goes to jail for it, Don?
They're
Nobody.
probably liable for it on some level too.
What I'm saying is, if he's not following policy and procedure, and the things that they have you do when you're doing surgeries, like using clean needles, using clean equipment, making sure everything is done a certain way, he's skipping stuff, and whether he knew he was doing it or passive diseases or not, he knew he wasn't following the protocol.
I was going to say, Don, you are a medical professional.
There's certain shit they teach you.
How do you not know if you're using
my point exactly
or not?
How do you not know?
The thing is, you can't right that wrong. If you've given somebody something because you're not following, and this isn't one time, this isn't an oopsie.
Prime example.
Repeatedly, all that stuff is wrapped.
So prime example. So if I say I was at work, say I'm working at a dialysis center, and let's just say that I'm being lazy and I'm cutting corners and I don't want to do what I got to do following the procedures that I'm supposed to follow. Now, let's just say a patient bleeds out or something happens to where they die. That's my ass, and there's criminal charges coming. They tell you that.
So and I do those trainings too, so it's nothing different. And this is, it says nothing about any criminal charges or anything like that.
But she's saying it is criminal.
The behavior?
It may not be criminal charges. It may not be, but yet and still, there's a negligence. There is a malpractice. Okay. There is all that shit, even though they can say he didn't know what he was doing, but yes, the fuck you did know what you was doing. That's just like me going to take a dirty needle. I stick one patient and draw some blood off of that motherfucker, but because I want to save my supplies, I take that same dirty.
But we don't even know what he actually did outside of go. He didn't follow some protocol. We don't know,
but how do you infect 2,400 people without knowing you doing something?
That's not what happened. The 2,400 people were notified of a breach. 200 people, like I said before, were notified because they were actually they may be impacted by it. Well, that's what it says right here. They sent out a letter. About 2,400 patients at both Providence and Legacy facilities in Portland area are being notified of an infection control breach related to a third-party anesthesiologist, which may have exposed them to infectious diseases. In a statement, Legacy Health said it's sending letters to 221 patients who have been impacted.
That is horrible.
Okay, so what I'm saying is there was a guy that went on the news about, because he's one of the patients, and he said they knew about this back in May, and they sent him a letter and told him he had nothing to worry about. But then in June, they sent him another letter stating to him that you may have been infected, or you may have been infected. We need you to come do these tests or whatever or whatnot. So they don't really know. And yeah, they're saying 200, but when it's really down in it, you know how that shit goes. They're not going to tell the truth.
So Legacy said the exposure came from a single provider contracted through the Oregon Anesthesiologist Group, who is providing care at Legacy Mount Hood Medical Center for a period of 6 months beginning in December of 2023. Upon learning of the situation, we immediately suspended the provider and launched a comprehensive investigation in accordance with regulatory regulations and with our policies and procedures, the hospital group said. In a separate statement, Providence said that about 2,200 patients at Providence Willamette Falls Medical Center and 2 patients at Providence Portland Medical Center were being notified of similar breach. The hospital system confirmed that the exposure was also related to a single physician employed by the Oregon Anesthesiology Group. That physician, Providence said, no longer works for the anesthesiologist group, and the hospital system no longer contracts with the group. In November 2023, Providence switched providers from Oregon Anesthesiology Group to Sounds Physician, which at the time contributed to hundreds of delayed surgeries.
Yeah, and I remember when they did that, and they never told nobody why they did it, because I was there when they was doing that. And see, the thing about it is, he was working at Providence from 2017. The Legacy just found out about their stuff in 2023 in December, but the shit been going on since 2017.
You see here, according to Providence, their patients are put at low risk for exposure to infection diseases, including Hep B, C, and HIV. Patients were being notified through mailed letters and MyChart notifications. Out of the abundance of cautions, we are encouraging these patients to get blood tests screened for the aforementioned infections at no cost. If a patient tests positive, Providence will reach out and discuss their test results and next steps. Providence said patient safety is our number one priority, and their patients have our full commitment to a thorough review of the issues and appropriate action.
Are you hearing squirrels?
No, I was hearing something.
That look on your face is always like, hold on. I know that hold on look. All of us here know that hold on look. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, got my gun right here, so. Let's back. This would be a fucked up situation to be in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And they said they knew about this when?
She said 2017 or some shit. I don't know.
Up until now, but they started talking about this when they saying Legacy found out in December 2023, but Providence back before Christmas had stopped doing surgery, so we weren't having no surgeries and stuff. And I was wondering why they didn't renew their contract with the Oregon Anesthesiologist Group. Now it's coming to the light of why they didn't do that, because the doctors were mad.
That's huge, because anesthesiology is usually contracted out, right? Like,
yeah,
and that that's one of those few components of the hospital services that anesthesiologists are not hospital employees. They're
in-house. Yeah,
they're outsourced, so to say.
Right.
And that's a big anesthesiology group.
Right.
Like how many? I mean, like, are they like the main one, only one? Like,
so I'm just saying, like, how is it? So it's like, so here's the question though. So if it was at more than one spot, I guess I'm frozen. If it's in more than one spot, so is it the physician who was infected?
Right.
Ooh,
and he was working at these different places because
because where is he getting this from?
The odds of every place that he goes to that he's going to be dealing with.
Or is he one of those death angels that likes to inject people with shit just to make because he wants to feel like, you see what I'm saying? There's people doing fucking
HIV. Is it just HIV or what else? Or
no, HIV, hepatitis A, B, and C.
And Hep A, B, and C?
Yeah.
They said B and C.
I mean, B and C. I'm sorry, not A. A is foodborne.
That's why I was like, I don't know what A is.
Hep B and C and HIV. Those are the things.
Let me not get surgery. Let it be known to people here who care about me, I am not Hep B immune. So some people can get the Hep B vaccination and and you're immune to it. I'm not immune to Hep B.
Oh, I got the shit, so I'm good.
Well, you can get the vaccination, but then they have to test you again to see if it actually took. And I only knew this because when they were just, doing a 4-pound screen on me, they were
I had to have both of them before I started at my company.
And did they after they gave you the vaccination, did they test you to see if you were
Yeah, because I had to get just 2 shots.
You're supposed to have 3.
Well,
for Hep B.
Yeah.
2 shots that I got that I remember.
Oh, you're supposed to have 3, a series of 3.
I had 1, and then I had to wait 3 weeks.
Right, you better go get the rest of yours. Sound like you got
I can't
that
work there
bootleg.
I can't work there if I don't. So I got all of it's required. So if it's 3,
maybe it's the brand. It's the sometimes certain brands have different.
They have different schedules.
Yeah,
right?
different ways to do it. Because the ones we give now, the ones that we have to give now, there's 3. It's a series of 3.
Well, maybe I need the series of 3 because I need to be all immune. Shit.
Well, I don't know. I just know that I had to wait between the shots, though. It had to be like a few weeks after I got the second.
Well, I mean, like say for instance, for instance, there was this one nurse when I was at Prop that I told her on her motherfucking ass. This bitch was in the room getting ready to give a patient some meds through the line, right? She used her motherfucking mouth to bite the cap off the line while she held the needle in her mouth, no gloves on. She didn't wipe off the hub, and then she just injects the motherfucking medication. I'm looking at her, and I was in fucking belief because I'm actually drawing some blood on the patient, and I'm looking at this bitch like, are you really doing this in front of me, bitch? Then, not only that, she checks the bitch's blood sugar. She no gloves, wipes her finger with the little piece of shit ass alcohol, does the thing, no gloves, touching the blood, all that. Then she just wipes her hands on her shirts and continues to just use her mouth to do shit with no gloves.
But
she nasty.
24 people exposed, but it's only one provider. So the provider, I mean, like how?
That's why I'm saying
I'm still.
That's why I think
still
it's
stuck
criminal,
on
right?
this.
That's why I think it's criminal.
No. I agree with that. I agree with that.
That investigation gonna be
because you're
long.
putting people in danger and shit like that. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out because there's so many. It's a few different facilities and it's one person.
Few different
and all these people been
thousands.
Exposed.
You're in the thousands.
So a lot of doctors, especially as anesthesiologists, they like to have their own equipment. Okay. Granted, we have needles and all that shit for you to use in those positions, but there's a lot of things that you can use of your own. Like doctors have their own stuff that they like to use, their own
stethoscope
their own little shit like that. Mm-hmm. So let's just say he has his own set of other little vials. Like, here's one way he can do it. When you use a bottle, you stick the needle in to get the medication out the bottle. After that, when you use it on that patient, that bottle is done. You throw that shit away, depending on what it is. What if he's reusing the same motherfucking bottle and injecting and doing that type of shit, or the same type of needle, or whatever he's fucking doing, he's cross-contaminating like a motherfucker. He's not getting shit out of
But what I'm saying, I get all of that. That makes sense. I'm just saying the same. I mean, like
the common denominator.
Right, because it's not going to live. It's not
facilities and for thousands of patients. He's the common denominator.
It's just like an HIV patient going to fuck people on purpose because they're mad they got it, so they want to give it to everybody. So maybe he got it working and got an accidental stick, and so he's mad, and now he's just sticking motherfuckers.
That's what it seems like to me. But that's
real shit. That's
all I'm going to say is I won't be surprised if that ends up being the end result. That's what
I just feel like. I feel like it's criminal. If there's 2,400 people is a lot of people.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, it would be interesting to know what this is about because I want to know how they were exposed. So I guess that's the question. How were they exposed?
And who is this motherfucker?
So here's a question for our fearless leader. For stories that we want to continuously follow, right? So like this would be a story that we would want to follow, right? And we might not,
hear nothing for
a while, or we might not, there's so much happening in the news that sometimes you can get updates and miss them. But do we have a tracker? Is there a tracker that you're keeping for like stories?
On my phone.
I mean, I just have to go back. I mean, I have not really. If we talked about it, like for instance, and we say, remember we talked about it, then I would have to look back kind of thing. In the videos or whatever, but
this is when we should be like quarterly, like 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, like just saying like, are there updates? Has anybody heard any update? Don,
we've had to update.
On your phone? Huh?
We've had a few stories we've updated on, like the like the black serial killer nigga.
Yeah, shit like
that. And the other serial killer.
The other serial killer, right. And then
but we don't have a formal tracker where we're keeping track.
No, we just basically the stories just came.
But here's the thing,
we just
you guys,
remember.
this is what I was gonna say to you too. And the reason why I'm saying something about this, during those times, I remember 2017, my mom had several fucking surgeries there behind her dialysis graft being fixed on and things that she had to have done. And my Aunt Gina and a couple other people that I know have had surgeries in that time frame at that hospital, i.e. even me. I had a hysterectomy at that time, 2017. Who the fuck is this motherfucker? And what about the people that have already died that they're not bringing up that were in his line of fire? You know what I'm saying? So there's probably way more than what they're telling us there is. There's always more than what they release. You see what I'm saying?
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like I have to know what the fuck. That's crazy.
And they keeping this real hush. Anytime something else happened, like just for example, like when the black doctor so-called was pitching wood to bitches at OHSU, that shit, they wouldn't take that shit off the air for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because he was pitching wood a few bitches. So this is way bigger than that.
Nah, that nigga, nah, we talked about this. Why you doing
I know,
that?
but I'm just saying though, like
he said he was pitching
he ain't killed nobody.
That nigga was trying to take pussy. He was
so what?
Pitching
wood at the bitches, man. So what?
Hold on, nigga. We talked because I remember we was talking about this shit, and I was like, that nigga didn't, because you was saving on that nigga at first, and then I pulled up the shit. And then it come to find out, nigga, he was sexually harassing bitches and doing shit like that.
He was pitching woo at the bitches.
He was pitching woo, though.
He was pitching woo.
He pitching
whatever.
Woo.
He didn't kill no bitch. He didn't infect nobody with nothing. And we know his whole motherfucking government issue. Why can't we know who this motherfucker is?
I think the is because the police.
This is a way bigger lawsuit.
He was, and I want to say he was arrested or something happened to him where the police was involved, and I think that once they get involved and you get arrested, then your name will come out. Like with this dude, he ain't been arrested yet, and if it is criminal, eventually he will be arrested, and his name will come out at that time. But until then, they can't. You know what I'm saying? By law, they can't just disclose. They can't give his name until that it gets into,
absolutely, and he's protected.
Mm-hmm.
The Oregon anesthesiology
they fired him, so he's no longer protected.
But his time there was, so their insurance covers him, right?
And not only that, like I said, when they decide to sue him or whatever they're gonna do to him, if it is a criminal situation and he's deliberately or somewhere or he knows he's in fact whatever and he's put people and they decide DA figures they want to prosecute him, then we're gonna know. And another thing is the question is how many people actually got something.
Right.
That's what this
actually
shit is.
Got something? Is that what you said?
That's gonna break the motherfucking AI.
I'm saying so when people come up with it because of him or this anesthesiologist, because I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. Did they say it's a guy? I don't know. But
we didn't say.
When that happens, that's when we're gonna start seeing shit, come to light.
And HIV can take 10 years to show, right? So this could be
something. But they're encouraging people. Remember in the letter, they're encouraging people to get tested. They're not charging people.
You go get tested, but you're gonna have to keep getting tested because HIV can lay dormant in the body for up to 10 years before it shows itself. So you have to remember that even if people are getting tested now, even if they get tested 6 months from now, they're going to have to keep going back.
Well,
and you could have a continuum of people that that number could continue to grow. So even if they said, we know as of right now it's X people, 3 years from now, X people could be Y people.
It can lay dormant, but they have tests that can find that shit out. Like in less than an hour.
Not if it's not showing up.
If because you taking meds?
No. What she's saying is that
that's
the
why
antibodies,
HIV is so problematic.
The antibodies and all that type of stuff, if it's lying dormant in someone, they can go get tested till they turn blue in the face. It's going to keep saying negative, non-reactive, until that shit decides to surface in their system. It's not going to show in a lab test. That's why when we do testing now, like it's called PrEP. Like, the commercials you be seeing when I want to stay undetected and or I want to protect myself. I don't have it, and I just want to be able to fuck out of both panty legs, and I can take this pill and all this old shit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know what I'm saying. I just gotta go keep getting tested every 5 months, every 3 months, so I can keep taking this medication to make sure I'm staying undetected. Make sure I'm not detecting the virus.
This is why it's important for you to consistently get that test.
Like, you don't even have to be taking medication to be undetectable. If it's lying dormant, it's undetectable.
It's non-reactive.
No, they can they can test that shit forever and ever and ever. If you stay lying dormant, then it's gonna say that you don't have it until that shit decides to be like, hey, how you doing? How's the family?
Right. Until it's reactive.
Right.
Because that's what the results say, reactive or non-reactive.
Right.
So all I'm saying with that is that even if in the next few months they're able to say we've got this many people who've tested positive for HIV, people are going to have to continue, of those thousands of people, they're going to have to continue to get tested. And as time goes on, that X number could turn into Y number, it could turn into Z number and double A number, et cetera, et cetera.
Medical experts. So anyway, yes, HIV can be dormant and still be detected by lab tests. It can be dormant in a small number of cells in the body called viral reservoirs, and some cells in the reservoir can be dormant. For example, people on HIV treatment with undetectable viral loads may test negative for HIV using a home and lab test, but this doesn't mean that the virus isn't still present in their bodies. If they stop taking their medications, this virus can start to multiply and become detectable again.
But are these people these are people that are taking medication? What are people who've never been diagnosed?
No,
so
this is what look
for it.
I'm just going by the question. This is what it says. They just says yes, it can be. If it's dormant, it can still be detected by lab tests. It says how. Let me go. Let's see here.
Well, maybe dormant is the key word here. And people who are known to have it, they're on medication.
Their viral load is down.
It's controlled or whatever the deal, versus people who have never ever been diagnosed yet because it's not showing itself.
So they're not going to have any. So more than likely, those people won't get tested because they won't have any of those.
There wouldn't be right
exactly.
Or any reason for them to go get tested.
So John Doe doesn't have any other than this. He just goes. It's non-reactive. Cool. I'm not diagnosed. I'm clean. He's not taking medication because he doesn't have a reason to.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just not showing itself yet.
And then with the drugs that they have now, they got it to where the viral loads are low and undetectable, and they said that they can't transmit the virus when it's like that.
If the level's under a certain level, they supposedly not going to transmit.
And who's taking that chance, though?
Right. That's like the black lady that was married to the dude that she said she knew he was gay. It was all over the book, and she kept fucking with him. And she said, he had HIV and all that shit. And she said, well, I'm still negative. I don't have nothing. But bitch, you sleeping with this motherfucker. But she's negative.
I mean, maybe they're taking precautions. I just watched this video. I don't know if you guys know who Anton Daniels is. He's a podcaster, content creator dude. I watch him a lot. But anyway, I had this young lady on. She was a lady who was diagnosed with HIV, and she's married now or whatever. But she talks about how she got it, her journey, when she found out, and then like when she got her life right and all that, got healthy and all that kind of stuff, and how when she was dating somebody and how she told the person and all that kind of stuff, and the dude blocked her or whatever. And she was explaining, how, when she has it, but it's just undetectable on her, and that she can't pass it or whatever. And she was trying to explain it to the guy and all of that, but he's like, I'm not gonna tell nobody or say nothing or whatever. But he's like, no, I can't be with you. I can't take that risk or whatever. And so she shared the story that she went on his platform, and then she kind of talked about it and explained the whole thing on how she got it, who she got it from, and all that kind of shit. It's crazy.
So there's a really good book by LaJoyce Brookshire, who actually is she was somebody who worked like with Biggie, did a lot of stuff, but she has a story called Faith Under Fire, book called Faith Under Fire. Excellent read about her exposure to HIV and her journey through that. That was a really good read. And then also, so I Googled how long does HIV stay in the body before detection. So it says here you can get tested for HIV as soon as 10 to 90 days after having unprotected sex. So this is sex. However, you still might get a negative result if your viral load is still low. Acute HIV stage 1 progresses over a few weeks to months to become chronic or asymptomatic HIV. Stage 2 stage 10 years or longer.
10 to 15 years. Yeah, without appropriate HIV testing and treatment. It's important to note that this stage can also bring with it a little to no symptoms.
Man, F that.
The only way to know your HIV status to get tested, this can be done by visiting your local HIV testing center.
Things have come a long way, though, for HIV patients in terms of medications and being able to live a good, healthy life. Remember when that shit hit the scene in the 80s?
Yeah.
That was like the Rona for real.
Man.
Like when the Rona came out, I was feeling like, man, this is like deja vu when AIDS hit the scene. But we were kids, so I wasn't worried about it really impacting me. But
so they have 3 different tests that they give, because it's the same question. And so they have 3 tests that they can take from 10 to 30 days of infection. Then you have the antigen antibody test,
the RNA.
18 to 45 days, and then you have the HIV antibodies test. The test can be detected in 23 to 90 days after infection.
That's the RNA test, and you can do that every 3 months for your prep. Like if you're taking those prep meds to keep you from catching it, if you've never had it and you want to stay not having it, or supposedly they can have you.
Oh, it's like a kind of like a what do they call that? So that you don't get it. What do they call that?
Contraceptive.
Well, we take no. So if you don't, it's a if you take the medicine, I know what you're talking about. I've seen the commercials for it.
Yes.
So if you take it, you won't get it. It's a
higher
it's
chance
basically
of
like like with so what's it with the Hep B and all that kind of shit.
It's like a vaccine, but it's not a vaccine. Yeah. Yeah. And so, but basically what it is like every 3 months, every 3 to 6 months, you know what I'm saying, you go in, but usually it's every 3 months, you go in and you get tested, you get all your tests that you get done. It's called a prep test, you know what I'm saying, and they test you for HIV, Hep, and all that stuff. They take an oral throat swab, rectal, and a motherfucking urine and blood. They test you for everything from HIV to chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, all that. They test you for the package deal, because that's usually how it comes, is in a package. Gonorrhea, syphilis, and HIV usually comes together as a package deal, and possibly even herpes.
Wow.
The gift that keeps on
Yeah,
giving.
so it says here, viral load is a term used to describe the level of the virus in the body when treatment is taken correctly. Viral loads can become so low that it's referred to as undetectable. While this does not mean that HIV has been cured, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, it does mean that there is no longer a risk of passing the virus to a partner during sex.
But if that was the case, then they wouldn't have you come in taking these PrEP tests every 3 to 6 months.
This is what they're saying.
I mean, yeah, it says that's what it's for, but I mean, I'm just like, if it's really doing what it's supposed to be doing, and they saying that, you know, it's going to prevent you from catching this and that, then if that's the case, then why have them come in and test every 3 months?
It's interesting.
The bottom line is this is a cluster.
Yeah.
Call it a cluster pup.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say
it. God, that's a bad joke.
But the thing about it is just like that anesthesiologist, either you got it and you giving it to people on purpose. That's the only thing I could. Well, how would so many people be infected? Because you're only pushing medication in them to make them sleep so they can get cut the fuck open. So what the fuck are you doing? So what the fuck are you doing? What exactly is it that you're doing is causing people to have this type of...
And people already don't want to have surgery if they don't need to have it.
Right. So my thing is like, you're only supposed to be using the syringes to push medicine through the line.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are you doing?
Man,
make it make sense. Or you're putting a fucking gas mask on somebody while you got a drip in the line and they're going to sleep.
You wake up and you got the man. You wake up and you got this shit. Like what the fuck?
What the fuck are you doing that is allowing?
You talk about how traumatic an experience like that would be for somebody.
It ain't enough
Or
money.
the people that's getting these letters, getting encouraged to go, man. Oh my God.
I know. I'm suing everybody.
I mean, and think about the people if you going in there and you put, I mean, the risk you put other people that you love. You know what I'm saying? And you don't.
Well,
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
The man on the news was saying, he's like, so now my family is in danger because of my wife and the kids that we've had. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. You see what I'm saying? How many women went under his anesthesia to have emergency C-sections and shit like that? We talking about young lives, babies like the one I was just holding, shit like that. Like, motherfucker, you know what you doing. How the fuck did it go from you just pushing some medicine through a line or putting a mask on somebody's face with a line and a drip, causing somebody to have HIV and Hep B and Hep C? Make it make motherfucking sense. Either you got it and you giving it to them on purpose, or you using dirty shit.
What I mean though, like I'm just saying using dirty stuff don't compute for me. I think it
don't make sense, right? Right. So either you got it, and you giving it to people on purpose because you mad. You done probably got a needle stick from a patient flailing or something. Because when they have brain injuries, they violent. You probably stuck yourself and got the shit, and now you mad and you fuck it. I'm gonna fuck the world up. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Well, I don't want to have no surgeries no time soon. Damn, whoa. The fuck?
What'd you say?
I'm staying woke. I'm gonna watch you, motherfuckers. I'll be woke. Just give me a little pain.
That's wild.
That is the craziest shit.
Like,
and I remember that story. We didn't do the podcast, but that was one of the things I was thinking about too. And Don brought that shit up. And I read that shit like, ooh.
My thing is like this, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of innocent people that weren't doing nothing wrong, but just going to get their health care. And this sorry son of a bitch is out here infecting people. Your mama should have.
Or remember the story about the oncologist who was giving people false hope?
Yeah.
with the cancer stuff.
Yeah, and that was
so they didn't have cancer. Come to find out they had cancer.
The pathologist. Yeah. From Providence. They fired his ass too, but firing don't mean shit. These people are fighting for their life still now because now
that's
they got
the unfortunate part. But he's ruined. He's gonna be ruined though. He won't ever. He might kill himself. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but he'll delete himself. He wanted. That's gonna. He gonna probably kill it.
Well, maybe he should. Shit.
Dang,
motherfucker.
I don't know. I'm not saying nothing. Fuck that.
What do you want?
That's Kamari.
You know what? You just want to come back here. You know what I'm saying?
That's Kamari, huh?
Yeah. Do you want to get in trouble?
Good.
Do you want to take a nap? Disappear.
He just wants some attention, man.
I know what he wants, but he always do this when we get on here. He want to come in here and say this little shit that he know the answer to.
Why are you being mean?
Yeah.
Hey man, this nigga been doing the most, man.
He just be a nosy. I saw.
He got kicked out of summer school on the second day. You shut up, Ivory.
Yeah, the nigga got kicked out of summer school, bro. He's sick. He's sick.
Jealous.
Man, when I talked to him, I asked him, I said, man, so what's that all about? He just looked at me and walked off. He didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, well, he been mad because he been going to do hard labor. Daniel been having that nigga over there digging holes in the backyard over at his house. And he was like, I just want to go home. He said, oh, no. It's going to be a summer of hard labor and work. There you go.
That nigga said, I'd rather get hard labor at home, nigga. Fuck this shit.
No, he told Daniel, I need to go check on my nanny and my mom. No.
I ain't coming back.
Yeah, no. Hey, when he got back, he was so dirty. I got pictures. I'm going to send them to the chat. It's funny.
But that's good for him, though. He gives character.
Yeah. So, but back to these raggedy doctors, you know what I'm saying? They scandalous. And they're not the only ones. They all out here doing foul shit. But we at the 152 mark. Look at us go.
You see this one video of this dude? He was with his girl and his baby that was driving, and he was getting chased by the police.
I seen that. And
he did what? What happened?
He was getting chased by the police. You can hear the police. He on his phone on live. His girl is spazzing out.
Like, stop, let
us out. The police is chasing him. Yeah, and the police is chasing him at high speed with the baby. Was the baby in the car?
Yeah, 2-month-old baby in the car.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend.
And the girlfriend. She's like, pull over, let us out, stop. And he wouldn't.
This nigga talking about this nigga's gangbanging. Like, I'm like, what a piece of fucking shit.
So
she said, it's over now, bro. She said it's over now.
Yeah, like you taking the bitch with you, like, oh, you a cold nigga, man.
What was the outcome?
He stopped, and then they showed him giving her and the baby a kiss, and then getting down on his hands and knees and getting arrested. Was stupid motherfucking ass.
They didn't put the knee on the neck. I would have whooped his ass.
They didn't put the knee on the neck, but they took her to jail too. Even though you could hear her begging him to stop. They arrested her too. I'm like, what you?
Oh, they gonna just talk to her and let her. They gonna figure it out. You don't see the live. Like,
I guess what it was, he had did a robbery or something with somebody else.
That's traumatizing.
Unbeknownst to her, he called her to come pick him up from where he was at. She goes and picks him up. He gets in the driver's seat, and the police figure it out and get on him, and then he takes on a high-speed chase.
Back to making better choices about who you date. What did you post on the book the other day on social media? Get you a square.
Oh, yeah.
Make a better choice about who you date. Make a better choice about who you have children with. Just make better choices in that regards.
Yeah,
squares can get caught up too, but you know.
You got what you wanted. you got what you wanted.
That's horrible.
You wanted, bitch. Here you go.
I still feel bad for her having to go through that.
Oh, is that right there?
Yeah.
And it really was.
Is it the baby in the hand?
Yeah.
Plenty of big surprises tonight, including that. News Chopper 4 revealing a 2-month-old infant was on board during a high-speed chase through LA County. Good evening, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams. We're learning more tonight about the woman and that young baby in the car We're also getting a look from inside because the wanted man, the driver of that car, he was live streaming during that pursuit. NBC4's Robert Kovacic is in studio with us tonight with more on the chase and apparently some new information from deputies tonight, Robert.
We do have new information, Colleen, and this is one for the books. Multi-city, multi-car. The Los Angeles Sheriff's Department tonight confirms the man now in custody is the one seen on his own Instagram feed right now. He is facing charges that include armed robbery, carjacking, an ex-felon in possession of a firearm, and kidnapping. Kidnapping his own child? Listen to his Instagram.
Sure, because he didn't let
Bro, just let us out, bro. Let us out.
A mother pleading with 21-year-old Dayon Henderson to let her and their infant out of the car being chased by police, all recorded live on his Instagram page.
You got my baby in the car. They got guns pointed to the car. They about to hit the car, bro. You're not thinking about your baby right now. You finna get our baby too,
Oh, they gonna smoke me.
You already did it the first time, bro. Don't do this again, bro.
The very idea of streaming on social media during a dangerous high-speed pursuit, shocking deputies following behind.
So not only is he driving a madman, not only does he have his 2-month-old daughter in the car and his child's mother, but he's also taking the time to get on his phone and live stream the whole thing.
It began with an armed robbery in Beverly Hills. A person held up at gunpoint at Charlieville and Cannon at 3 o'clock this afternoon. This is not the car they took off in. When they fled Beverly Hills, the three were spotted in Hawthorne by police that began the pursuit. But that car was dumped in South LA. In South LA, 2 men got out but were soon arrested. The third, Henderson, somehow found a ride in this Kia. Henderson got behind the wheel with the woman identified by law enforcement as his girlfriend and their baby girl.
Please pull over. Now y'all just pull over.
Close calls on residential streets as the Kia ended up in Culver City, and this is where the pursuit came to an end.
Oh, he got boxed in.
Henderson getting out of the car with the baby in his
got the
arms
baby, that's
and
a
then
shield, nigga.
taken
That's
into
a hoe
custody.
ass nigga,
His
bro.
girlfriend detained by deputies as the baby was comforted by a deputy.
I
That's
tried
not
to
being comforted.
crying. We ended up taking care of her, and it was great to be there. It just made me feel like I was holding my daughter when she was small.
What made Dayon Henderson decide to
Baby
pull
want her
over?
mama.
Pull over with your hands in the air, Dayon.
Bro, it's over with.
Bro, Dayon, pull over.
It may have been the begging inside of the car.
A couple of things we are also learning late this evening. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department says the girlfriend is considered a victim and will soon be reunited with her child. The baby was taken to the hospital to be evaluated and is fine. There was a car seat in the Kia, but no one can confirm at this time if the child was in it during the pursuit. And as we told you, this all began in Beverly Hills with an armed robbery, and now we know what was stolen, a Rolex watch. I'm Robert Kovacic. Colleen?
Damn.
Wow.
I've got so many opinions on this.
Go for it.
First of all, the baby will soon be reunited with its mother. You know how long it takes them to do that? It is insane. They don't just say, boop, here you go, here's your baby back. You got to go through the whole court system and all that. The baby doesn't know what's going on, but baby also knows that this ain't my mama, and the mama's being traumatized by not being with her baby.
And she's telling this dumbass.
They could have just let the mother and the baby go. Like, it's on live. It's being streamed. You didn't have to take the baby out of the mama's custody.
Oh, they're going to do that.
But they didn't have to in this case.
I don't know. You don't know. I mean, for them, they don't know what's going on. I mean, they see it live later or whatever the fuck. You in the car, we just trying to make sure that the kid's safe. And apparently the kid ain't safe. You dealing with this knucklehead as your baby daddy, and he got you in a fucking car in a high-speed chase. Your parenting is going to come under question. That's how I feel about it. I'm being shit. I'm falling for the kids. Fuck her. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I'm, I get it. Check everything out and make sure she on the level. I mean, who knows? She probably like, free my nigga. Free my nigga. free my nigga. She might be on that. You
Well,
know
I mean,
who
yeah, okay.
I mean, I just don't. I feel like.
But when you see the live, she don't seem to be on deck with none of it. So she might be that person, but based on the live, she don't seem like she on deck with that. And now you're entangled into the.
How did she get there? This is the question.
Because they
went and
said
picked him up.
One thing they said he had called her to come pick him up, but she probably didn't even know what he had did. You know what I'm saying?
She know what that nigga did. I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second. But you could be right. I'm just saying. I don't believe that.
That's a toss up. That piece is a toss up.
She probably was just like, "Oh my god, nigga!" Like, yeah, you know, like. But all I'm saying is that when a child is put into a situation like that, that has to happen. We have to be. Fuck her. It's really about that kid. And
because we'd be mad later on, and we let it go immediately, and then the baby end up hurt or dead or some shit.
I just don't, I feel like they have to do their due diligence to make sure that the baby's going to be released back into the proper home. Like, bitch, you in the car with a fucking maniac stealing cars, either robbing motherfucker for a Rolex. Nigga, he was with two other
over
niggas.
A Rolex. Don't get me wrong. I realize they're worth a lot of money, but it's a watch.
Not that much.
Right, it ain't set it off. It's not set it off ends.
Nigga said not that much.
They worth any money. They got a serial number, and you can't sell it. You dumb fuck.
Nope.
Not for the money you want.
I mean, you're right. You gonna sell it for dirt cheap on the street somewhere.
I didn't feel like. I mean, maybe it was just me, but I didn't feel like that was a high speed chase. I felt like that was relative to the Bronco. Like. Right. Yes, he was making stupid moves, but I didn't feel like it looked like he was punching it at, 80 miles an hour through residential neighborhoods.
Listen, he used the baby as a fucking shield.
Yeah, he was garbage. Don't get me wrong.
You know what I'm saying? Just in the whole situation, just him with the baby in the car doing all that bullshit he was doing. Then he goes live. That just makes it's just more egregious to me. Like, you're a whole ass nigga. You going live. Talking about, this is all about you just you clout chasing in real time, nigga, with your baby and your baby mama in the car.
You think he told on the other two dudes that was with him?
They probably told on him. That's probably what happened.
Well, I got to get off, y'all. I got to get up early in the morning and go to work.
Oh, shit.
Gonna make them ends.
Shit, they ain't working me to death. Yeah.
That's why he can afford to have that cold ass air conditioning.
Right. Well, let me hold something till next Tuesday, nigga. Good gosh, that's just crazy. But that nigga's stupid.
Yeah, that's a fucking idiot for you, though. And that's the type of shit, though, that I wish that because I'm telling you, the only reason why they didn't handle him like they wanted to handle his motherfucking
ass because of the baby.
Because if there wasn't, and that's what he did. That's why he called her and got her in there to try to get away. I'm sure he wasn't trying to get in a chase, but the way shit played out, him calling her, he had to, because the other dudes got caught down the way, and then he gets, So after that, it's like, the fuck, you got the baby in the car. He know that they ain't gonna shoot him. He want to come out and hug her and all that type of shit. She's a fucking idiot. She's just as stupid as him. Absolutely, they should have took the kid, Claire. I'm sorry, I have to push back on that. That has to happen. She's not. No, I know she was wild. It was cool until the police got behind. That's when it got. And then he got live, and she like, this nigga's tripping. And then she's basically.
How do we know it was cool until the police got behind him?
Well,
she went to get him. We don't really know that it was cool.
Well.
Or maybe he popped up where she was at. They said that he called for a ride, and she picked him up. So
who's to say that she wasn't a part of the plot?
Or who's to say he didn't go to where she was at and was like, "Come on, take me here," and he started driving. I'm gonna drive. And
well, nothing's gonna change my opinion about that because
nothing's gonna change the opinion. No,
the baby was in the car, so I'm like, we gonna check everything.
You a square,
huh? Yeah. Well, right. She definitely wasn't listening to that. He said it wasn't. It's nothing like a man to clean his ass and come, get up and go to work and come home. You know what I mean? She said, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I like a square.
Yeah.
She said, my husband.
Life is hard enough without making it complex.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to make bad decisions because life deals you blows regardless. It will hand you shit on a platter. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine. Let me find out my grandbaby in somebody's car on a high-speed chase while the police is coming.
You don't want to kill that motherfucker.
I'm kicking his ass, and you better hope the police get you, nigga. And your mom.
Oh, he's through though. He's gonna get 20.
Yeah, they gonna set that nigga down for a minute now.
He was a felon in possession. He had kidnapping. He got armed robbery. Did I already say felon in possession, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he got 4.
He got a felon in possession at this point is the least of his concerns.
That's a 5-year. That's a 5-year sentence, automatic.
Automatic.
Yeah. So he got an automatic 5. So we can give him that. He got 5 already. So he's gonna be gone till 2030, easy. So then that kidnapping charge, they're gonna probably drop that. With the, I mean, unless
she presses it.
If they get her to testify, if they can get her to testify, they'll push it.
If she's smart.
And then they'll be like, bitch, you was in on it. We believe you was in on it, using the baby as a goddamn what they say.
That's horrible.
It's the cover. It happened.
That shit is triggering. Just seeing that whole shit, like, I don't know. That shit is upsetting.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, my man was tripping, man. He did what he was supposed to do though, because they was gonna kill him. They was gonna kill that nigga for real. Especially when it's an armed robbery, they finna shoot you because they know you got a gun. And they ready. They said, damn it, the baby's in the car. So they let that nigga rock. They probably wanted to put feet on his ass. I know they wanted to kick his motherfucker. I know they wanted to whoop his motherfucking ass. He say, I'll just resist one time, motherfucker, so I could just put this boot in your motherfucking teeth, nigga. Just chew something. Get your ass, nigga. I'm put the baby through all that shit. And the baby gonna be grown and married and shit by the time he get out. How many years you think he gonna get?
He might get like 15.
Armed robbery too?
I'm saying 20. I'm gonna go with 20.
15 to 20, yeah, easy.
And they in Cali too?
Yeah. Bye, nigga. Yeah.
They don't play with them.
Obstruction of justice, avoiding arrest. Like, it doesn't matter that you were complicit initially. Mm-hmm. Like, you ran from the police.
But just think about California gun laws when this nigga's a felon. Oh, they finna watch this nigga. He's finna be gang banging in there and gonna be fucking with.
Is it the 5 years for the felon with the firearm? Isn't that a Fed charge?
Yeah, that's an automatic Fed charge. So and so is the armed robbery because of the watch is over a certain amount.
So it'll be feds, not state.
Yeah.
He'll do both.
Yeah.
He'll do the state time. They'll give him the state time, and when he done with doing that, they'll walk your ass right over to they'll give you a ride over to the Fed facility.
Give you a ride. Yeah. Let me Uber you real quick on this nice little bus.
Yeah.
Cars.
You know, you in there, you get your, like Don said,
what's he gonna get the state time for? Kidnapping?
Eluding.
With the armed robbery, you said that's a felony?
Oh, eluding.
Or Fed? No, is that Feds?
Because the armed robbery.
No, that's state. The eluding and the high speed is state, but the watch robbery, because it's over $2,500, that watch is worth more than that most of the time.
Yeah, but it's still state though. But it's a felony charge, right?
Right, but if the watch is over $10,000, that's a federal charge at that point.
Armed robbery.
Well,
Fed or state charge.
Yeah, I know the gun charge is a state charge. I mean, a Fed charge.
It's a Fed charge.
Armed robbery is usually charged as a state crime, but it can be charged as a federal crime in certain circumstances. So location, across state lines, target, if it involves federal officers, transporting across borders.
So that'll be state. So like Don was saying, so he would get 15 for the robbery.
Kidnapping is federal too.
That's
they went through different
kidnapping
cities.
is
because they say he went through different cities, even though their cities are right next to each other.
It's going to be whoever they're going to be able to get the most time for him with,
and that's going to be Fed time,
right? Yeah, the Fed time.
They're gonna do both.
We'll be curious to see what
you're gonna do that state time and you're gonna do the Fed time. It's not a problem. You're not going anywhere.
No, he's definitely not going anywhere.
Do your state time, whatever that is. I said
it'll be the late 30s or the 40s before.
And then he'll get that 5 for the Fed time when he's been in there after 15 thinking shit is sweet. Then come on, we're gonna give you this extra 5. Come on and get this. And then you're gonna do like probably 4. They'll let him out in 19 years. Because niggas get shit all the time. They get big time in California.
Yeah, I'm just saying, my little sweet pea right here. Somebody have her, and I'm listen.
Oh, look at her.
Listen, it's gonna be a problem. Yeah, it's gonna be an issue.
She's asleep?
Yeah.
Yes, she's asleep.
She in that slobber sleep too.
Yeah, everybody been on her.
Yeah, that's why Alex brought her to me because they won't leave her alone.
Right.
They're not gonna go in there and mess with Nanny.
Well, pick better. She got to do better. But anyway, thank you for joining the PDXDOPE Live podcast, everybody. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification button. We'll be back next week.
Get you a square.
Oh yeah, get you a square.
Literally.
Hold on.
Literally.
Where is my? Oh my God. Didn't I? Oh, I did. Put that in here.
Outro delay.
I don't believe I'm gonna die, sipping on no ice.